Keyshawn.
Yes, ma'am.
What did Jalen Hurts prove on Sunday?
He didn't prove nothing to me, or should I say anything to me, whichever one is the correct King's English. He proved something to the haters.
Well,
I didn't say names. I didn't say names. I didn't say names.
I will not accept the slander.
But he certainly proved something to the haters, the people that was questioning his ability to pass the football through the air. Mm-hmm. Okay? Some people to my left, some people to my right, some people in the center. It just depends. With these wild theories. So when you start to really dial it in and you really looking at it, let's just go big picture all the way back to when he became a full-time starter in 2021. Mm-hmm. There's 32 starting quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Correct.
And we, like Josh Allen and Lamar and Joe Burrow and all these different quarterbacks that we like.
Right.
But for some reason, this young man can't get us as a national media to buy into what he's selling. I don't know why. When he's third in wins, and this is since 2021, third in wins, out of all the quarterbacks, been to a Super Bowl, been to the championship game, playoff games, tied for fourth in playoff games since 2021, full-time starter. Passing plus rushing touchdowns, that means you're scoring a lot of points. Mm-hmm. He's fourth in that category out of all these great quarterbacks that we talk about every day. And in total touchdowns, he's third. And we talk about all these other quarterbacks. But for some reason, he gets all the vitriol, the hate, the disdain for his ability to throw the football.
Let me talk my shit again.
What it do? This is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your humbly hostile host, Cassius Cliff. Before we get into this video and breaking down how we should absolutely, and I firmly believe, dominate the Commanders in their own stadium, please like, share, subscribe, as well as comment. It goes a long way. Thank you in advance. Definitely share this. Give it, I'm a DMV native. I live in the area. Share this with another Commanders fan. I know I'm sharing it with all my loved ones, and they hate to see me coming. No Diddy pause, but they know what's going on tomorrow. In less than 24 hours, we're going to handle business in their stadium, whether it's FedEx or whatever they call it now, the Northwest Stadium. It don't matter. We're going to dominate these boys in their stadium, and we're going to make it clear and cut and known. We're just a level above them, maybe several levels above, but we're not on the same level remotely. With that being said, let's go and look at the injury report real quick just to see exactly who we should be expecting out there. And we should be expecting everybody that we actually need out there. I know that Brink Covey's not going to be out there, which I would rather him being out there versus, Cooper DeJean catching punts, especially after that fumble last week. Hate to see it. But Bryce Huff getting off the IR list and not being able to suit up, it doesn't hurt because it's a guy that's just going to be added depth, and really the D-line's handling business at this point. So that being said, not only are the haters clutching their pearls and they just hate the fact not only is Jalen Hurts not playing the position the way they like him to play the position, yet the guy wins regardless, and he scores touchdowns regardless. And even the NFL trying to hop on and really try to big up Jalen Hurts now that he had, he's been on this win streak and we're at 10 at this point. They turn around and embarrass themselves and find the man. After gassing him up and bigging him up for wearing two different colored cleats, they turn around and find him. But as you heard Tom Brady mention last week, this is a guy that's unstoppable when he's locked in and he's clicking at all cylinders. The other GOAT, in terms of all major sports, football and basketball, but the other GOAT in Michael Jordan himself, a guy that Jalen Hurts is on that brand. He's supported by that brand. He says you cannot ban greatness, and we're gonna cover that fine. Jalen don't got to worry about that. When you got a guy like Tom Brady and Michael Jordan himself stamping your quarterback, the hell what a hater has to say? The hell with what a divisional rival has to say? Y'all dudes are just talking, and really y'all on mute. I can't hear y'all because not only is my team on a 10-game win streak, I have two GOATs vouching for my quarterback. I don't think Tom Brady or even Michael Jordan, maybe Tom Brady definitely knows who Jaden Daniels is. Michael Jordan don't know who the hell Jaden Daniels is. Not at this point. This is a rookie we're talking about. And with that being said, let's go look at how the defense have absolutely put their foot on their necks and really dominate the defensive side of the ball, because no Austin Eckler, which was the leading receiver last time. No Noah Brown, the second leading receiver. Possibly really in for some trouble. Let's go ahead and get into it, because we know well and good the Commanders, if they're able to do anything that is run the ball, that's where they make the most of their bones. And Jalen Carter's just not going to have it. You saw it last game going against these guys. This is a team that averages almost 30 points per game, over 350 yards, if not close to that. They did not look like that going against the Philadelphia Eagles, which was, again, the #1 team in total defense and total points allowed, and especially passing defense, resides in Philly. And that's exactly what it looked like on that field. Jalen Carter just making his presence known as he does on a weekly basis. But he's not the only Philadelphia Bulldog that has been stepping up and showing out, especially since the bye, which is when we've been on this hot streak, 10 wins in a row. Nolan Smith, I mean, the way he's turning the corner and really stepping up his play, especially without having a guy like Brandon Graham, who is a leader on the field and one if not our best run defense edge on the team. Nolan Smith has been stepping up, and it is great to see because this is the first round pick that a lot of people are already trying to call him a bust, and the guy's stepping up when we need him the most. Going into this last stretch for the regular season and in the playoffs, we're going to need to continue to see these kind of plays from him if we want to have any kind of semblance of success in stopping the pass offense and really making them play one-dimensional. But a guy that is a part of the best tandem in all of football when it comes to linebackers, Nakobe Dean, I mean, stepping up and making plays like this, it just brings smiles to my face, definitely makes me feel a lot more comfortable, given the fact this is, again, one of the best linebackers in terms of tandems in all the football, and the only tandem. As you see, Zach Bond make a great play on 4th down. This is the only tandem in football with linebackers. Over 100 tackles, at least 3 sacks, and 9 tackle for losses. None other than Zach Bond and Nakobe Dean, the only linebacker tandem to do that in all of football this season. And all you can do is be proud, because not only are these guys handling their business up front, stopping the run, pass deflections, what have you, scrambling quarterback. The only option that the Commanders have when it comes to really having an impact on offense, obviously the run game is where it begins with those guys, with Brian Robinson. I don't think Brian Robinson is going to have another big game. I think he's going to have a very quiet game, just like last time. I mean, it's to the point to where fans thought he'd even play the game. But no, the guy had over, close to 60 yards rushing and a touchdown. But it felt like that because we took his ass out of the game plan. They had to try to pass, and really, the guy that was in cell block 27, Terry McLaurin, also was missing in that game. And it has a lot to do with Quinyon Mitchell and the stellar season that he's been having, because he's a rookie, but he does not look like a rookie out there. Make no mistake about it. Especially given the fact that these Commanders allowed 8 sacks last week. These boys are in trouble. But given that the defense is going to be able to handle their business no problem, what is their defense going to be able to do against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith? Yes, they have Marshawn Lattimore. Yes, they have a different defensive coordinator. Mike Sanderstrill, a Haitian like myself, is playing pretty well for a rookie. A.J. Brown is the top 3 in all of football, not Terry McLaurin. And the guy shows it whenever he has his opportunities. They may have been few and far in between as of this season, but you're talking about a guy in Terry McLaurin and A.J. Brown. Both of these guys are vying for 1,000 yards on the season, and I firmly believe A.J. is going to reach that 1,000-yard mark before Terry McLaurin does, purely because A.J. just levels better than he is. And aside from that, nobody has a better co-star, Robin, another sidekick. And I think to call Devontae Smith a sidekick is disrespectful, because this is a guy that can be a #1 receiver on a lot of teams. And the Commanders should know that well and good, especially the fans. I know Brian Robinson was talking crazy, talking about they're the better team. Even the fans are talking out of turn, and really, that's where a lot of my confusion comes from. I think people have forgotten not only the matchups in terms of what we've been able to do in the last couple of matchups, going against the Commanders, just in last year, sweeping them, despite what they did offensively. In Jalen Hurts' 8 starts against the Commanders, this is a guy that has, let's make it clear here. In his 8 starts, almost 2,000 yards passing with 1956, 12 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 103 passer rating, 6 rushing touchdowns with a 6-2 record going against the Commanders. And all in all, Jalen Hurts doing what he's done on this 10-game win streak. First in completion, first in yards attempt, first in passer rating, with as many touchdowns as incompletions in the 4th quarter on this run. All that shit sounds great. We know what we can do in the passing game. Ask Pittsburgh if you're still confused. But in the end, what are y'all going to do with Saquon Barkley? Because specifically going against these Commanders, they had no answers for him. This is a guy that had almost 200 yards of total offense by himself. 52 yards receiving, 146 rushing on the ground. And that's what their defense is. The pass defense is definitely above average, allowing just under 200 yards per game, I think at 181. But then not only did Jalen Hurts throw for over 200 yards against these very, very same Commanders, Obviously, no Marshawn Lattimore. But Marshawn Lattimore ain't no Champ Bailey or Darrell Revis. Like, let's not be stupid here. He's a good cornerback, but he got traded for a reason. And ultimately, you cannot stop 2-6. Not Washington anyway. Allowing 136 yards on the ground, I just don't see it. On the ground, I just don't see it. I mean, in the end, the Commanders are a great story with a great young rookie quarterback that's probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. But we also have a guy that's probably going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year in Quinyon Mitchell. And ultimately, like, what are we supposed to do with this head-to-head record? I already mentioned the last 8 starts for Jalen Hurts, but just in the last 10 matchups, we own it. It may not be the same every time, but trust and believe. This team is different from what y'all saw last year, and the last time we saw y'all should tell y'all exactly that. Because not only did we show that in that last matchup, look at Jaden Daniels himself. This is the guy that said he wears the number 5 because of Reggie Bush. And you see that jersey right there. Not only is it number 5, that's a quarterback. A black quarterback like himself, Donovan McNabb. And he's putting up the peace sign because these boys are about to catch 2 L's against the Philadelphia Eagles, the second one being in their house. And if you do not trust, I mean, I know a lot of these guys, they trust their quarterback. Trust that photo. He's been a fan for a while, and he's showing y'all. He not only does he know what's about to happen, y'all should accept it. And really, when it comes down to that, being a DMV native, living in the area, have a lot of family members and friends, being Commanders fans, why not let it be us? I mean, I'm a lot of brothers to these guys, and I'm my brother's keeper. Make no mistake about it. If anybody's going to put y'all out of y'all misery, it should be us. It should be me. Because I actually care. I give a fuck. I mean, I was telling Commanders fans, they're going to win at least 9-8 games. And they was looking at me crazy. But look at them now. These guys are talking crazy. They're thinking they could still steal the division. They're on their way to get at least 10-plus wins. And before that, they just wanted to have a competent quarterback and have building blocks for the next season. But, winning definitely fools people and leads them to believe that things may not be as they appear. But let it be known and don't let it be mistaken. The team that runs the division, the team that is the best in the division and in the conference is the Philadelphia Eagles. And in less than 24 hours, that would be made clear as day, as if it has been done, and really has been done throughout this tough stretch of great teams or good teams. Because a lot of people have been asking us, beat a good team. We're about to see the Commanders again to close out the division and these 2-time division matchups, and we have yet to lose a game since September. With that being said, this is the Talk My Shit Again podcast. I'm your way more hostile to humble host, Cassius Cliff. We out to the next one. Peace.